Tonight on Enter the Tomb, we welcome our first guest. It is none other than the XPW World Champion himself, ECB, Christian Brooks. On this show, I ask the tough and hard-hitting questions. I am the Pharaoh, and welcome to Enter the Tomb. Welcome to Enter the Tomb. I am your host, the Pharaoh. Our first guest of the week, none other than the XPW World Heavyweight Champion himself, the one, the only, Christian ECB Brooks. How's it going, sir?
Going great, man.
Good.
Awesome today.
Good. You had a busy week, but you know, we're gonna get to that. How you feeling right now? You're the champ.
Right now,
You're the man on top.
Good. Feeling pretty good. World Championship. Started a new tag team with good friend Adrian Coleman. Things are looking good.
Yeah.
A few bumps in the road, but we're rusty. New season.
Okay.
Start off slow.
Definitely. Yeah, and we'll get to that. The viewers will know everything about what went on this week, but let's take a step back and talk about season 3. A lot have happened for season 3. People want to know about it. People want to know your feelings about it. With everything that happened between the beginning of season 3 to the very end at Final Stand, what's one word you can sum up to explain season 3 for ECV?
The entire season, I could sum it up as one word, as elite. Mind the pun, elite. But elite.
Okay. And why would you say that?
Season 3 elite. But I started off as a guy that was not really racking up as many wins as I'd hoped. And the X Division wasn't doing as well as I wanted. But slowly, I started to get my traction, winning matches after matches, winning titles that I didn't think I'd win. I beat Hannibal for the United States Championship for the second time. And then I go and win a match against Joe West and Sergio to become the first and only undisputed world champion in XPW history. No one else can take that away from me. I'm the only one. And now I've ended this season as the biggest champion in the company with the crown jewel around my waist. Nothing is better than that.
Oh yeah, exactly right. And you brought up Final Stand. Okay, it was a triple threat match, Iron Man, a championship scramble.
Yes.
And it was for the XPW World Championship. It was you versus Hannibal and the Prince. Okay. When you won that world title, leading up to that moment, what was that moment for you?
Well, I would just describe it. It feels like everything that I put my hard work into had finally peaked. I had gotten to the level of stardom and popularity that I wanted. I had the fans behind me. I had the motivation, and it all just culminated with me on top. It's really hard to explain that with the emotion that was going through that matchup and the climax of me ending up the winner. It was amazing.
Was it emotional because of the road for you to get there? Because you won the title at Ground Zero. For whatever reason, you lost it. And you had to win an impossible match at last resort to get another opportunity for the world title to go to Final Stand and winning, the big one. So was that process, do you feel like that, all of that building up, was it like mean something to you, or did you feel like last resort, was that a big deal for you?
It was a very big deal. It was one of the culminations of all my hard work. The things that I've been dealing with since I lost that title was one of the biggest mistakes of my entire career, and I needed that title to keep myself from feeling like I didn't belong here anymore.
Okay.
And holding that title kept me
Hmm.
above water. That title, having the fans chant my name every night, that is what helped me keep myself above water. That's what helped me go on and keep being the man that I am today. And
Definitely.
just the culmination was great.
Awesome. Yeah, and I agree. The way how everything played out, it was like a storybook ending of a great career. And I feel like you needed that win to be, superstar of the year. You needed that win. But you had
Yes.
a big win before that at Ground Zero. It was a triple threat match. Um, you were the United States
Yes.
champion at the time versus Joe West. Um,
Serge.
you know, and
Sergio.
Sergio, of course. And Sergio, he was red hot at the time. He was, the world champion. Joe West was the world television champion. Sergio was also the Intercontinental champion. And you had that big triple threat match. And it was a really big moment. So if you had to choose which moment was bigger, would you choose Ground Zero or Final Stand?
I'd say Final Stand because it had more eyes on it. It also
Hmm.
it capped off everything that had built up to it. The double title or multi-title win, I should say, was bigger than anything that has ever happened in this company. But that final match at the biggest stage the XPW's ever held, with everyone's eyes on that match, that match was the culmination of everything. That was the peak. That was the best match that I could ever have.
Okay. Do you feel Sergio and ECB deserved rivalry of the year?
Um, I feel like me and Surge, our rivalry has been going on for a long period of time, but as I feel our rivalry eventually must end, and I feel like there's nothing more we could do. We've pushed each other to the limits. He's won titles. I've won titles. He's beaten me. I've beaten him. There's nothing more we could do with our storied rivalry from the beginning to the end. Now,
Okay. Okay. So now that you've, seen past Sergio, and you said in your own words that you feel like, that rivalry's done, you're in a different place now. And, Sergio hasn't made his debut yet. But we will, when that time comes. I just want to ask you, what are your thoughts on GOAT?
well, right now, Goat's in the X division, correct? So
Yes, he is in the X division.
I've I used to watch the X division, but I haven't been paying attention to what exactly Goat's been doing. But knowing him from season 3, he is
Hmm.
most likely doing what Goat does, winning match after match, doing what he can do. And then eventually he's going to come back up here and he's going to destroy everyone like he usually does because that's what he does, is Goat. But it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice seeing what he can do back on in this new season with new faces. It'd be good to see him against old people they haven't faced in a while. It would be nice. I can't wait to
Okay.
face him again.
And Okay, and with that being said, GOAT, for those of you who do not know, as far as the XPW World Championship, he's a five-time world champion. He's won that thing five times. He's beaten a long list of people, including his longtime rival, Brock Sokolov. And you said that, hey, you look forward to the challenge. So my question to you is, if and when GOAT does come back to the main roster, would you give him a world title shot?
If Goat showed up on the main roster, he would be the first person I would want to face. It wouldn't even have to be for the title. It could be in any time match. Like
Oh, it
a
has to be.
big
It
match
has to
on
be for the
Carnage.
title.
It could be for the title. Either one, I'll fight anyone.
Do you
It's
think you
just
can? You think you'll win if it was for the title?
I'm pretty confident that I feel like me and Goat put on a show and I come on top.
Okay. I mean, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. ECB said if and when GOAT does make it back to the main roster, he is confident that, he can beat GOAT. And that's not for me to stoke
Respectful.
the flames or
I'm
anything like
respectful.
that. Respect. Yeah, respectful, of
Respectful.
course.
Just
It'll be a great match. Because that's the biggest thing. People want to see big matchups, big opponents,
and I'm willing
high
to give the fans what
marquee
they want.
matches. There we go. There we go. So let's move this back up to this week. Okay. You had a tag match. You and Adrian Coleman had a tag match against Bulletproof. Okay. You lost. Adrian Coleman
Yeah.
got tapped out by Prince. So what was your thoughts on that tag match?
Well, in our mindset during the matchup when it first began was to get on the offense, make sure to do frequent tags, and we did that. Plans were going perfectly. Frequent tags, destroying everything. Vontae, Prince, they couldn't keep up with our tag team um, cohesion while they were
Hmm.
stumbling and not really knowing exactly what to do. They had to resort to what they had to resort to. I wouldn't have done it myself, but it was a very smart tactic to get out of what was going on. But
Hmm.
that doesn't excuse what happened. Me and Adrian will be coming for those titles once again. And we're not wasting any more time playing with them anymore. We're done with that. They've played
And I
their cards, and we know what we must do now. We have to kick it up a notch, show that edge.
Oh yeah, and I definitely agree. Adrian Coleman is your partner. He is also the XPW Intercontinental Champion. Um, you formed this new team, ACO Elite, for this season. Last season, you decided you wanted to be a singles competitor, but this
Yes.
season, you're in a tag team. I think this is your one of your first tag teams.
I it is my third tag team. From this. I
Well,
was in
since the
a
breakout
team.
season of
Yeah, for
East,
the breakout season.
yeah.
Yeah. I was in a few factions, but not for very long. Nothing really came of it. But this is something that I feel like I can latch on to. Something that me and him can make big. We can win the tag title. Something that can get us to that next level of popularity and stardom and what we need.
Okay. And with Adrian Coleman, why him specifically? Why did you say, okay, I'm the man on top. I want the tag titles, and I'm going to choose this person to be my partner. Why tag with Adrian Coleman?
Well, I have seen Adrian Coleman wrestle before he came to XPW, and I know full well that he can handle himself in a big match situation. He has faced all kinds of people and defeated them all, and I know that he doesn't really get along with others very much, but
Hmm.
me and him have a storied history where we can put our differences aside and go for the prize. And I feel like
Hmm.
when I asked him, he wasn't too sure about it, but it took time for us to finally get along and finally form this ultimate dangerous alliance that we have now called ACO Elite. And the sky's the limit for us now that we have this extra edge, as you saw tonight.
Hmm. And I definitely agree on that. Um, Prince, he's the one that he beaten you, and Adrian Coleman this week, and he's been talking a lot of stuff. He's been talking about your title reign. He's saying that it's illegitimate because he lost at Final Stand, but he said that you obtained that title by pinning Hannibal multiple times, and you really haven't truly beaten him one on one. What are your thoughts on the Prince?
My thoughts on the Prince is I don't respect him or whatever he has to say about anything of me, Adrian, or anyone else in the league. This is about respect now. He crossed the line of what he has said, what he has done, and I'm going to take his head. That's just a
Yeah.
fact. I'm done. And Adrian will agree to this, but we will go to the darkest places in our minds and we will destroy Bulletproof like no one has ever seen. We showed you tonight what we can do. And in the ring, we will beat you. 1, 2, 3, or you'll be tapping on the mat to a chicken wing or a Purifuda driver. Choose one.
Well, those are strong words from the champ. I expect nothing less. Um, how would you explain what is your fighting style in the ring? How would you describe your fighting style?
I describe my fighting style as a jack of all trades. I can brawl. I can wrestle. I I can high fly. I do everything. I'm a master of all styles. I strong style submissions as I now develop this new love for the chicken wings with submissions, and I love delivering the most devastating maneuvers known to mankind. I like moves that have impact behind them. Something that will leave a mark. Something that when you wake up the next morning, you'll still feel it. That that's my type of fighting style. Nothing soft. None of that. It's all hard, strong style maneuvers.
Okay.
Something to make the crowd jump.
And that's what makes you um, different from everyone else. ECB.
I feel that makes me different. It
Okay.
makes me very different from a lot of people on the roster. Because not a lot of people can do what I can do
Hmm.
in the ring. There are a few
Okay.
people that try to mimic, but I feel like I'm the only one that can do what I can do.
Okay. How did you go from season two ECB to now ECB? What did you learn along the way to improve your gameplay?
It's all about mental training and physical training. I went through the most grueling training I have ever done in my entire life to get where I am today. Going going from weight training to MMA training. I did everything I could to get to this state where I can deliver my strong knees. I can deliver my kicks. My, I can drop people who are 10 times my size. I have trained to get to where I am, and it was just a very hard thing to do. Not everyone can do that. And the transition I've made from that ECB and to now is unrecognizable. You can't put that ECB and me next to each other and say they're the same person because they're totally two different people with totally different moves and thought process when in the ring.
Some some people would say you have a cheap moveset, like Prince. What do you say? What do you say to those people?
The people that say that are people that need an excuse to find when they just cannot get the job done. You don't make up excuses. You put up or shut up. You bring your best. If your best isn't enough, you
Hmm.
own it.
Uh, what is your mindset?
My mindset is just that I I I don't really even have a mindset. It's more of I don't really care who the opponent is. Just bring your A game and give me a fight that I can remember. Because when it's over, I will be holding that title above you. That's just how it's gonna end. Win, lose, or draw for you, I will be holding that title up.
What are
It
your
doesn't matter.
What do you seek to accomplish in season 4?
In season 4, I want to accomplish the one thing that I haven't won yet in XPW, which is a Grand Slam championship reign. I want to hold every single title I have never held before. The Hardcore Championship and these tag titles that me and Adrian are gunning for. We're so close. Once this is over, I will hold the Hardcore Championship and hopefully one day be in the Hall of Fame with Monarch and Goat, who will hopefully be in the halls when I get there.
Okay, and so what is your message to the people in the X division and how to make it to where you are?
Work hard, keep at it, and make sure you never. Well, this is gonna sound corny, but don't give up on your dream. Like, you have no idea how many times I actually believe that I could do what I'm doing right now. There's so many times that people in XPW, in the locker rooms, have told me plenty of times that I would never be world champion. But I succeeded where most have failed or given up. I almost gave up on my dream once, and I just took that and made it a reality. Something that most people don't get to. Most people don't even hold the title, this XPW World Championship once, but I held it twice. This is what no one else can take away from me.
Well, there you have it. We got the wise words of ECB. He is our first guest on Enter the Tomb. I'd like to say thank you for coming, ECB. Good luck to you for next week. Good luck to you heading into Aftershock when you defend your title. It was a pleasure, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
No problem. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for listening. Please tune in next week for a brand new episode of Enter the Tomb.